hope it's working. I hope it's working. I think it's working. I'm not seeing the camera. There we go. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Again, this is my first live stream, and so I hope everything's working good. But let's dive in. Today we're talking about 5 games that I'm excited to play because I received this week. We're going to start off with some bonus games before I get into the top 5 that I'm really excited about. First of all, I've already played this. I just just released my Kickstarter preview on the channel. You may have already seen it. If you haven't, check it out. This is a great game. It plays quickly. It's super fun. The tiles are so wonderful to interact with. So absolutely check out Twinkle Twinkle. Also another bonus is Everdell Duo, which I've played one time. Played it this week with my wife. It plays quick. It's fast. It's fun as well. I'm really enjoying the quick games these days because it's not always easy to grab other people to sit down with. It's the solo games I can take more time with. But this is really fun. Enough new in the box, enough new things going on that it feels different from an Everdell experience. So I can highly recommend that as well. And perhaps the most excited that I'm to talk about these bonus games, because I haven't talked about it yet, is Floristry. Now this is by David Gordon and Tam, and they also brought you Monkey Palace, the Lego Monkey Palace, as well as some incredible games coming up soon, and Finspan 2, which I've got coming soon as well. This is a great tile placement game with some really interesting new mechanics, including a little bidding auction mechanic where you have an app that runs off. You don't have to download an app. It runs off a browser. And the mechanism, the timer ticks down. The dollar amount goes down every 3 seconds, and you and your opponent have your hands hovered over, and then when you want to buy it, you grab that, and then the other person gets a free tile. So you get 3 if you bid, and then you also have to pay the money, and then the other person gets the free tile. So, and I have a very special story about this that I'll share at some other point. I was evacuated for the fires in our neighborhood, and this was sent to me specifically in case I needed something to do to take my mind off the fires. Unbeknownst to us, I was going to be evacuated a day after this arrived. So I'll tell the whole story later, but thank you again to David Gordon for sending that along. Okay, let's dive into these 5 games that I'm super excited to play. And actually, it's actually a little bit more than 5, and you'll see why. We're going to go in order in which I received them, instead of necessarily how excited I am. First of all, I have received Daitoshi from DeVere Games. Now, I am loving Danny Garcia, as you can probably see from Windmill Valley over here, Barcelona over here. This is a DeVere, it's published by DeVere, and it looks gorgeous. It's super crunchy, super difficult. You can see it's still in shrink. I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't even had time to think about playing it until now. So now I'm super, super excited to play. My understanding is that you're working with nature as well as some steam engines and stuff like that. But and I don't know how well you can see that. If you've already played, let me know what you think. But it's got it's really interesting. It looks like a wheel or a rondelle of some sort. So very excited to play Daitoshi. Again, if you've already played, let me know, because I'd love to hear how it is before I dive in. Great. Okay, moving on to my next one. This I backed on Kickstarter quite some time ago, and it has just arrived, and that is Last Light by Grey Fox Games, designed by Roy Canaday from the Dice Tower, as you may very well know. Got some interesting light playing off. Speaking of Last Light, I got the deluxe edition, not the super everything all in bundle, but this deluxe edition. And I'm really interested. I have already mentioned, I enjoy longer games. If they're over 3 hours, I don't want to play them. If they're just over 2 hours, I'm very interested. If they're shorter, it's just easier for me to play and easier for me to get to the table and play with my wife. So when I heard that this was a 4X game that can be played in 1 hour, he had my attention. Now, I've watched several things and I've heard that this is true because of the simultaneous player action. But also the spinning board, I don't know if it's a gimmick, but it's got me hooked. The spinning board and then the little marble planets look really interesting. I've also heard that there's a color blindness issue. I'm partially colorblind, so I'll be watching out for that, and I'll let you guys know what I think. I know they have some symbology to help, but it's very small, so I'll keep you posted on that. So for my second game, very excited to play Last Light. Or if we're doing a countdown, I guess, number 4. So moving on to number 3, I've got Misfit Heroes sent to me by AEG, Alderac Entertainment Group. And, you know, they asked if I wanted to cover this, and I was like, I took a look at it, and I said, that's really cute. I'd love to try it out. So they sent it, and then for some reason, there isn't a lot of stuff out there on this game, so I'm going to try to cover it quick so that we can get out to you guys how to play and all that good stuff. When I got the box, for some reason, I was just so much more excited about this game. Again, I thought it looked cute and fun. But holding it and looking at it, the art, you can see the art is cute and fun, almost a little whimsical. But the card art, you can barely see it, looks fantastic. And again, it plays in 30 to 45 minutes. Just an easier game to get to the table. So I'm very excited to play this with my wife and possibly my daughter. She might be pulled in by the adorable looking art. So I'm very, very excited to play this and give it a try and see how that goes, because it looks really fun. So again, that's by AEG. I don't think it's been released yet, but I'm very excited to play and let you know what I think. All right, on to number 2. And again, I may be most excited about this one. I don't know. But there's a specific reason why we're looking at this in our second position instead of fourth, and you'll see why. Wondrous Creatures. Oh my goodness. Now this is a very difficult game to get your hands on right now. So I'm going to be doing my review when they start releasing that second printing. But this game not only looks gorgeous, I've heard so many fantastic things about it. The art is really cool. I've heard it compared a little bit to, well, I don't want to say, because I don't know if it's true at all. So this plays 1 to 4 players. It's 40 to 80 minutes. And again, this is by Bad Comet Games, who were kind enough to send me this copy to play. But look at the art. Look at how awesome that looks. It's really exciting when you hear of a game that everyone seems to love and it's hard to get a hold of, and then you're able to get a hold of it, which is always really exciting. But this I'm really, really excited to dive into. Daitoshi also has a single player mode, solo mode, but this one does too, and that's one of the reasons I'm super excited. Again, maybe you're not like me. I have to, when I'm playing a multiplayer game, I kind of need to wait for my wife to get home, or have free time where we can both play on the weekend. And so having a solo mode is really fantastic. All right, so on to game number 1 that I'm super excited for this week. You'll see why I saved it to last. It is still in the box. And we're going to open it up just here in a second. This is the Dice Throne Marvel X-Men it's the new gameplay bundle. So let's dive into that. I'm going to show you what's in here. And I like Dice Throne. I don't just like it. I love Dice Throne. And one of the reasons I love it is because it's really accessible and fun to play for non-gamers. So I've been able to get a lot of my, I have some family members who aren't as huge into games as my wife and I are. And some of my sons are huge into games. But this is a really fun and easy game. It's not always easy. There's some complexity in the characters. There's a learning curve, but it's not that steep. So we can play this game with just about anyone, like quickly, and really have fun with that. Oh my goodness, there's a box within the box. It's been a long time since I've seen that. So let's go into our next box here. They have protected my game well. I'm not going to fault them for that. And maybe it even causes for some extra suspense and intrigue here on the stream. No added charge. All right. So this is going to contain this Marvel battle chest, as well as a surprise. Oh no! Oh, it looks like there was another box in there. It was just some cardboard. There we go. Okay. First off, let's take a look at this. I've already mentioned solo play. We've got Marvel Dice Throne missions, where again, this is one of the ones that I'm super excited. I'm really excited to play the new Marvel characters. But this is going to let me play it by myself. Now, I do have Dice Throne Adventures, but that's a campaign. And this is a bunch of one-shots. So that's going to be really nice and fun to play. And that's something that I can play by myself or with my family. So that's fantastic. Then we've got the battle chest. Marvel Dice Throne, X-Men, Marvel Dice Throne. I don't know how we're supposed to say it. And there, right there, is all of the characters in the box. I don't even know some of these characters. I am an X-Men fan, but really, I read a few comics as a kid, and the movies got me hooked. All right, so we've got Jean Grey, Gambit, Rogue, Cyclops, Iceman, Psylocke, Storm, and Wolverine. Yeah, you gotta have Wolverine. So there is the Marvel Dice Throne chest. This one's probably getting opened today because I know we can play it fast and quick, and I don't have to learn a new system. And then just one more little piece that comes in the box is Marvel Dice Throne Deadpool. This looks too fun, too hilarious. I mean, come on. Deadpool is crazy. A friend of mine writes the movies. So we've been very proud of him and his success. So, hey, okay, now I'm seeing the chat. What's up, Christopher? Yes, Wondrous Creatures looks beautiful. And one of the things that I'm going to point out, which I didn't notice at first, so the box is beautiful, but it's set up like a book. Can you see that? It looks like it's a tome of creatures, which is super, super fun. Yes. Christopher says, you mentioned that you like nature games. I absolutely do. Have you tried Earth? Yes. I love Earth. I love Earth. In fact, I backed the expansion, which is coming soon. Really great game, Christopher, and I hope to receive it soon. Love Earth. So again, this is just popcorn fun in a way. It's got little donut tokens and crazy fun stuff. So this is really fun. You know, not a deep strategy game on that side. That's where we get into Daitoshi and Wondrous Creatures. So just really super excited to play through those this week. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of them, but I'm gonna try. And again, I just want to say this is the one that I've played most recently. Played this just the other day. Floristry, it's not out yet, I believe, but it is gorgeous. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. So this is the rules. That's it for Floristry. Just a quick little sheet, and although it's really simple to learn, it really feels great. So this is a frame. You get 2 frames. It's a 2-player game only. You've got these 2 frames, and you build your tiles in the frames, but you can move this around. You just can't expand past. So you might start building your tiles here and then realize, well, you want to keep going that way, and so you can shift up like that, or shift down depending on how that is. Then you've got this nice little, it looks like a little sign for showing the prices, and it's showing the victory points of the different configurations of flowers that you're purchasing and arranging in Floristry. Then we've got this really nice draw bag. Listen to that. Holy cow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sounding and looking and feeling tiles. These are really lovely painted chunky wood tiles, and what you're doing in the game is you're scoring these points by grouping together those similar types. So that's going to score me a certain amount of points according to this guy here. So if you have a group of 3 to 5 flowers together of the same type, you're getting 1. 6 to 8, you're getting 3. 9 to 11, you're getting 6. And 12 or more, you're getting 10. But the puzzle lies in you can score all kinds of multiple combinations. So let's say I've got this like that, right? So now I've got 3 of those and 2 of those, and I can continue building in each direction. But like, I've got this, right? So this doesn't have anything that I've already got, but I can match it to this, and then I can add on these yellow tulips somewhere, and I can still stick in those red roses as long as I don't block off more scoring possibilities for that. So it's really interesting. And again, it's quite beautiful and really lovely to play with these tiles. And last but certainly not least, these little scoring meeples are freaking adorable. These little kitty cats. I don't know if the camera's going to focus there. I'm on a delay, so I can't tell. Actually, if I switch over here, I can see a little bit better, so it's not quite focusing. I'll just pull it back. There we go. Now they're in focus. It looks like my eyes. Really cute. Let's see if I can get that to focus in on these. Autofocus always wants to focus on your face. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen quite at that distance. But anyway, they are adorable. They're thick and chunky and just beautiful. So it's a really interesting game because, first of all, you're placing your tiles and you're puzzling these combinations as you go. However, the auction, it's not auction, it's bidding, I guess, maybe. It's more of a bidding mechanism because you're trying to either try to get your partner to spend more money so that they have less to spend later, or you're trying to swoop up those tiles that you want quickly so that you can fit them into your combination and all that fun stuff. So that's Floristry. Again, was sent to me as a lovely gift by the designer because of the fires, and received it right before I was evacuated and was able to take this game with me. So again, that's all another story I'll tell later, but yeah, the Floristry is really fun, and that bidding mechanism takes it from a cozy game to adding just this really fun It's almost, it feels like push your luck. It is actually, you know, you're bidding, but it's like, I really want those, but I want it to drop down another dollar. And sometimes it drops another dollar and you hit it and your opponent has already hit it. And sometimes, you know, they're bluffing like they want it, so you hit it quick. It's just really fun, really interesting. A super creative combination of mechanisms. So thank you guys so much for being here. Christopher, thank you. Glad to have you with me. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll let you know what I think of all these games. Talk to you soon. Bye.